Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the stream. My name is Nick Larson. Today is August 15th, 2019. And let's go ahead and get started. So, what we're working on is the JS13K games competition. JS13K, JS13K games. And we have just gotten started. I don't think there's any entries yet. Yep, not yet. I don't even think you can actually submit yet. Nope, not yet. Prizes. Nope, don't care about prizes. Don't care about experts. Rules. There we go. Okay. So we're getting started with this, and what we did yesterday was start brainstorming some ideas. Decided it's going to be a defend your castle sort of a thing. What is that called? Tower defense, a tower defense game. And the idea is that there's going to be up to 4 units that you control, and you control them using your brain. Okay, in your brain, there's like a left side and a right side, and then that's super weird. There's a left side and a right side, and then there's a third part to it, which is the back prop. Because the the theme is back prop, or because the theme is back, we had to do something related to that. And so the main theme is that you're a brain and you have to teach different parts of your brain to be able to control your units better, right? And so that's what we're going to aim for here. Right now, we have basically laid out the kinds of minions that you can control. There's 24 total. I think what I want to do, and you're going to have 4 on the board at any given time at a maximum. So 8, there's going to be you versus one other player, and you're going to play, I don't know, 8 or 10 times until, and maybe it's best out of 10, something like that. And then after each round, that are, tower defense, like you got to actually have, your brain has some cognitive power, and when you lose a round, you lose some cognitive power, something like that. Anyway, so we have decided that there is going to be exactly 24 possible units. They're all going to be unique. However, when they show up in the place where you can acquire them, some of them will show up much more than others. And we're going to make it so that you can have 4 on the board, and then you can have, I'm thinking, either 2 or 3 additional. If there were 7, it would be 14, and there are 24, so that would leave 10. I think probably 3. So you can have 3 on the side, and then you can have 4 on the board. I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so now what we really need to do, these all come in pairs. So you have classes, and you have specializations. For the classes, they can only exist on one side of the brain, like they're fed entirely by one side. And then the specializations are going to be set up so that you cannot have, you can't make a pair on the same side. So, is that true? I don't think that is true. You can have a pair on the same side. Yeah, that is. Okay. So you won't be able... Oh, I get it. So if you want to have 4 matches, you're going to have to split up the specializations across the sides, because you can only have 2 that belong to either side, and if you're going to have a pair of the same class, which you get a bonus for, then you'll have to have the same. So you could have like 1A and 1B, and then you could have 4A and 4B, and then you would have you know, ones, fours, A's, and B's. But if you do a specialization on the same side, then you will never be able to get 4 total bonuses because you will never be able to get 4 total bonuses because you can only have classes on one side or the other. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so now what we want to do is come up with the classes, and then we want to come up with the specializations, and I sort of like decided that, you know, the left brain and the right brain are responsible for different things. The left brain, so left brain traits are things like, we had them up here a little bit. I'm going to say planning, logic, planning, and science. And right brain traits are what did we have up here? Intuition, creativity, and understanding. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so if you are on the left brain, we need one kind of unit that plays really well with logic, one kind of unit that plays really well with planning, one kind of unit that plays really well with science. All right, the science one. Classes. I'm going to think of these as like okay. Science and creativity is going to be, so 3. I'm going to just start coming up with actual like things, and we can reorder these as we need to, but for now I'm just going to come up with ways to determine I'm just going to come up with ways to determine what the actual things are going to be. So I'm going to rename these from 1 to 6 to L, planning, P, and science. And these are going to be intuition, creativity, intuition, creativity, and understanding. Okay. So if you have science and creativity, wait, I'm thinking about this wrong. Okay, so what are some things that are logic based? Okay, how about we just go... Let's put a space in here. Dreams. Luck. Arts. Entertainment. Knowledge. Okay. What are some brain traits? Logic, planning, science. Dreams. Science. Okay, so one thing that I want to do is say something like logic, planning, science, and then intuition. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Please stop doing that. Creativity and understanding. Seriously. Okay. So, logic is okay, science and intuition are definitely the okay. 3. Science and creativity. I think creativity. Okay. Planning. All right, logic and creativity is definitely a 1. So then this definitely has to be a 2. Basically what I'm trying to do is decide, you know, for each one of these, how good are the other ones in order? You know, like when you have to choose the two sides of your brain, how well do they work together or not work together? is sort of what we're going for here. Well, this actually already is filled out. In order for this to make sense, three. All right, logic and intuition. Science and creativity. And planning and understanding. Okay. So this is modeling. Ooh, modeler. Yeah, I like that already. What other things can you do here? I mean, planning by itself. Math. Exploring. Stats. Okay, I think that's kind of good for now. All right, so this shows us how good are each of the traits when paired. Okay. And then, all right, now we have the actual layout of the classes and the specializations, and we just need to come up with the actual like units, their names, and what their special ability is. I want to say that you have three main, yeah, okay, units have three main attributes. I'm just trying to keep this small because I don't know like how complicated it's going to get. But basically you have, well, I guess you have, okay, you have physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, and then you need some other things which are going to be like movement speed and range. That's going to be it. Okay. Okay. Now what we can say is the only thing that abilities do the only thing that units do is change this. So they're all going to do physical attacks until they build up enough like, you know, skill points to be able to pull off their magic attack. And their movement speed and their range. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we still haven't defined any classes. maybe we should just come up with the actual like units themselves, and then maybe the classes will just fall out of it. I really like the specializations being tinker, assassin, right? Because these things have to relate back to the theme, which is your backstab, your knockback, offensive magic. I don't really know what in magic has the word back to it. I don't really know. Magic. Alright, I feel like. Alright. I'm just gonna start naming off like abilities, and I'm just gonna start naming off like character names. So first off is maybe not names, but like I want one that's like, this is all brain related, science related. Okay, let's just put it up here maybe, so I can keep these close. I ability ideas, I guess. This is going to be like, a potion thrower. The other idea is, what if your brain was fighting invasions inside your brain, and you had things like viruses and dreams and infections, antidotes, your really low level neurons. What are interesting parts of the brain? Let's go with parts of the brain. The main brain has 3 main parts. The cerebellum. Let's check this out. The cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Okay, cerebellum, located under the cerebrum. Coordinate muscle movements, maintain posture and balance. Cerebellum. I don't want to get into that. Oh, look at all these parts. Okay. Hey, what's up, Ganesh, man? Good to see you. I kind of like the idea of keeping it all like brain related. It's like viruses fighting viruses, dreams, infections, antidotes. I would say dreams are a class. Okay, so I think we have a class here. Right? That would be right brain. Dreams. What else do we have? Dream. Oh, here we go. All right, yeah. So, all right. So the classes should be like, yeah, one for each of these. So a dream is creativity. A virus dormant. Defensive melee. Dormant. Okay. Dreams are a thing. Let's go with. I shouldn't have these be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have these be the same things as the others. LPS. LPS. And ICU. ICU. Dreams are creativity. What would understanding be from a thing? What is a physical thing? Or maybe not physical, but what is a noun that represents understanding? It would be a concept. And then intuition would be okay. So an intuition oh wait, understanding. Oh, intuition would be an abstraction. Okay. Alright, I'm actually starting to like these. Then we have logic, planning, and science. As part of the brain. So you have a dream, you have a concept, and you have an abstraction. Now you need logic, planning, and science. Offensive magic is a modeler. I'm not sure assassin is the right thing here. Offensive melee would be like a virus. And then defensive magic. I'm not sure. Alright. I don't think this is where these belong anymore. But these are like the idea of what they're aiming to achieve. Okay, so classes for logic, planning, and science. Planning. How do you... What is a thing that means planning? An algorithm. Okay. Science. I'm just going to put Mathematician. I spelled that wrong. I gotta look that one up. Mathematician. Nope, that's how you spell it. Math. Where am I? Math. What the hell? I spelled it right? Math. Oh, mathematician. Hey, I spelled it right. Cool. Okay. Let's get back to this. Logic. What would be logic? I don't know the answer. I'm not even sure I like mathematician here. Although I do like the idea of having something be like a law, right? Like that's one of your one of them's a theory. Oh, yeah, this is cool already. All right. So you have 4 mathematicians. One's going to be an equation, one's going to be a theory. Okay. Mathematicians. Equation. Theory. Law. Those would be the actual, like, you know, unit names, minion names. Kind of like that one. We need one more. Actually, let's put those up here. Okay, equation. Theory. Law. I mean, there's tons of equations. What about okay, what would be logic? Politics, religion. Wanderlust. Nightmare, obviously. Kinds of dreams. Daydreams. Nightmares. Lucid dreams. Okay, that's cool. Lucid. Prophetic, life-changing dreams. Prophet. Okay. Kinds of concepts. Different kinds of concepts. This isn't super helpful. Concepts. Ooh, philosophy. Language. So many of these things sort of overlap, but it's okay. I think Wanderlust. What is Wanderlust exactly? That's not what I wanted. A strong desire to travel. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's good enough for a dream, I think. Okay. We still need one for logic. Let's just look that up. Logic terms. Hey, what's up, Lampy Web Dev? How are you? Thanks for coming. We are working on a game for the JS13K Games competition, which just started on Tuesday maybe. And we are trying to figure out right now. Basically, we've decided it's going to be sort of like a tower defense game where you have a brain that's controlling all of your units, so you have to like keep your brain from getting hurt, and you have like cognitive power. That's your life, right? And then you fight against a computer player, and if you win, then they lose cognitive power, and if you lose, then you lose cognitive power. And how much you win or lose depends on like how well you did in the fight. And then the goal is to not drop down to 0 cognitive power, right? So tower defense. We've decided there's going to be 6 classes and then 4 specializations. So we laid out there's going to be 24 total, different kinds of things. And what we're trying to do right now is come up with names for them. So on the left brain and the right brain, you have 3 different traits. You have logic, planning, and science. On the left, you have intuition, creativity, and understanding on the right. And then, like, as the game is, like, you don't really control your units. Your brain controls your units. The only thing that you do is control your brain. So you can tell it, okay, we're going to work on the left side right now or the right side right now. And whichever one it ends up doing, that side gets better during that time. And those traits get stronger. And you're limited to only doing the left brain or the right brain at any given time. And then, so now you have this. Think of it like, I don't know if you're familiar with team fight tactics, but there's like a battlefield and it's like a grid world, and you sort of move around your pieces and before the game starts, and then once the game starts, they just sort of play out on their own, and whatever happens. Okay, cool. And so it's going to be ideally sort of like that, and right now I'm just trying to come up with the units. when you choose your left brain and your right brain at the beginning, this is like how well they work together or don't work together. And to force you to not always choose one of these threes, it's going to work that you and your opponent both choose. So there will be two of them on there. Or, I'm sorry, there will be four total brain pieces out of the six total, two on either side. And then what's going to happen is the first player gets to choose the first brain piece, then the next player gets to choose the next two brain pieces, then the third player gets whatever, I'm sorry, then the first player gets whatever the last one was that was left over, and these will all be randomly selected. So no matter what, you might end up with a 3-3, you might end with a 2, you might end with a 1, depending on how things just work out. And so that's sort of the goal that we're aiming for here as far as getting started. And now, we've come up with, there needs to be 6 classes. We've got 5 of them here, which are algorithms, mathematicians, abstractions, dreams, concepts. And then there's these specializations. And these are going to be, like conceptually, one's going to be offensive melee, defensive melee, another one's going to be offensive magic, and another one's going to be defensive magic. But as far as like the names of them, that's sort of what I'm trying to come up with now. And I'm not super concerned about doing like a good job with this. It's more about like getting something that doesn't just obviously stick out as sounding awful and doesn't fit, because it would detract from the like how easy it is to understand this game and move forward with it. So that's really what I'm doing. If you've got any ideas, I would love to hear them. Like, what kinds of abstractions are there, right? Like, this is what kind of dreams are there. There is wanderlust, nightmare, lucid dreams, which is like dreaming while you're awake, and then there's prophecies. And then there's concepts, which is like politics, religion, philosophy, language, those sorts of things. You need to come up with something for abstraction. Not entirely sure what to do here. And then as far as mathematician, these are the names of the individual units. So like one of your units will be an equation, one of your units will be a theory, one of your units will be named law, and then there's only going to be one of each of these things. So we're going to come up with 24 total. As far as algorithms, I mean, there's millions of algorithms. I kind of want to come up with like classes of algorithms here. And then for the last one, I still need to come up with a class for logic, and that's what I was looking up right now. Like, what are some terms around logic that make sense? And I feel like, one of these should be like Boole, right? Isn't that the guy who came up with these logic terms? Oh, okay. Kinds of logic. There is fuzzy. I kind of just like calling it fuzzy. There is, the actual like. I gotta look his name up. Logic Boole. In mathematics, George Boole. Truth. And I don't know, falsy. Unless we can find XOR. Right, I don't mean individual. Think of this as like it's. I don't mean individual operators. Like Boole is a person's name. Fuzzy is an entire class of logic, like fuzzy logic. And then truth is like it's just based on truth. Falsy I don't really like at all here. That's why I'm trying to look for another one. Secondary. Oh, implication. How about implication? There we go. Or maybe that's what the class should be. Implication. Actually kind of like that. And then what else would we do here? Or proof. Okay. And then for algorithms, what do we want for algorithms? Do searching, sorting, deep. Oh, wait. Kinds of abstractions. Right, not individual ones, right? Like groups of them. So not depth first search, but just searching in general, sorting in general, and then this would be like deep learning. What kinds of abstractions? Abstractions come in. Oh yeah, data. There we go. Categorization. Yeah, there you go. Or classification, yeah. Okay. I really like that one. That one, maybe even this one would be like a regression. Okay. And maybe not searching and sorting. Those are, well, no, I guess. Yeah, maybe. All right, abstractions for a specific type of abstractions. Disambiguation. I feel like at universe. Yeah, kind of. It's not. Yeah, these are just names though. Keep this in mind. Like what we're going to do is we're then going to like choose which ones of these they are, and then what sorts of abilities these different units have in the game. So we're just coming up with like what will eventually be very close to what their names are. So for each one of these, we're gonna have to come up with, is this a virus? Is this a modeler? Is it dormant? Or is it whatever this other one is that we also need to come up with? In fact, I feel like we can already do that for these. Dormant. Dormant. Religion, would that be... maybe... Yeah, I'm not sure here. Maybe dormant is more like defensive magic. Unmovable. I think I did dormant. Virus. No. Virus. Offensive magic. Oh. Well, that's it. We also need to change these. It's going to be V. We'll do that in just a second. Okay, no, let's finish this. So we have abstractions. We need to come up with 3 kinds of abstractions. This is it. Nucleophilic. Alright, I really like that one. Which is very clearly an attack. And just sounds kind of cool. Lambda. Maybe language belongs up here and not down here as a concept, and then we just come up with a different concept. Religion, philosophy, abstraction. Intuition. Creative. Intuition. Alright, maybe these things need to relate back to intuition a little more than to abstraction. A transfer. Intuition. Okay. And then a concept. Politics, religion, philosophy. Feels like there's not a fourth thing that goes here. Concept. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But I feel like we've done a good job here. We got 4 for this, 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 4 for this. Okay. And we still need one more kind of concept, or one more kind of specialization. So A is V. B is M. Modeler? Maybe that's not right. Did we put modeling somewhere else? Modeling. I feel like modeling made it somewhere else. Did it not? I guess not. Okay. So what just became M was B. Modeler, 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 modeler. Okay. And then we don't need that anymore. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. Come back to that. D stays D. Great. That one was easy. Okay, so now we need, you have left brain and right brain. So on the left brain is on the left brain and the right brain can both do both. Okay, so you can have viruses attack either side. Okay. Modeler. And what else? Virus is offensive. A modeler is going to be defensive. Melee. Okay. So you need offensive magic. All right, so modeling is how you defend yourself. Being dormant is something that's unchangeable, very difficult to get through. That's defensive for magic. Virus is the offensive thing that goes out and attacks. And maybe philosophy ought to just be this one right here. Offensive magic. Okay. I think I am going to make this philosopher. And then this philosophy thing here. And then this philosophy thing will just change to an actual name. Sort of like we did with bool up here. We should call this an idea. Idea. Okay. Offensive magic. Which of these would be the virus? Well, this is going to be whatever the offensive magic is. Actually, I think that's going to be dormant. Right, usually recurring. Lucid. Would be all right. M. Which of these is okay? Offensive and defensive. Defensive magic. Virus. Okay. This would be modeler. This would be offensive magic. This would be defensive magic. And this would be, oh no, that's offensive melee. Offensive magic. All right, man. Thanks so much. Have a good one. I really appreciate you stopping by. Language. Okay. Dormant. Theory. That would be offensive melee. No. Okay. Offensive melee is a virus. Data. Data is a virus. An equation is a modeler, and a theory is offensive magic. That actually makes perfect sense. Okay. Then we have an algorithm. Okay, then we have an algorithm. Classification. That would be your virus. Your regression would be defensive melee. Maybe searching and sorting aren't quite right. All right, searching is dormant. And I don't know. I don't really like sorting here. Because it doesn't come off as defensive to me. And also I like classification and regression as like groups. All right, fuzzy, bool, truth. Dormant. Virus. Modeler. And whatever the offensive magic is. All right. Does this make sense? That is, yeah. Proof, offensive melee. Yeah. Bool would be offensive melee. I don't want to call him a virus. That's awful to call some like a person a virus. Okay. Okay, so we have proof. I don't know. Proof, theory, language, and dreaming while you're awake need to all fall into the same sort of specialization. And then we need to think of two more things that fit into that specialization. Okay, that's not easy. Um, how about we go supervised? Classification. Aggression. P better be. Alright, I think algorithm doesn't deserve. I think law deserves one. I think proof deserves one. Philosophy deserves one. Am I doing this right? Alright, we got law, proof, and philosophy. That leaves D. Probably nightmare. Yeah, nightmare. Okay, so let's star these. These are going to be epics. That's M, D. Ooh, I can't have two D's. Proof. We need a V. The V. Okay. Could have machine learning. Um, and one more special. If this is all we get done today, I'm going to feel so good about this because at this point we just come up with some literal just names for these things and they're going to be very closely related to these. And then we start assigning them initial values for this stuff. And then we just work through the details of how we actually like acquire them, at what pace, how much life should you have, how much life should each of the things have, what should their attributes be for each of these. And then once we have that, it ought to be kind of straightforward to get them onto the page and get the workflow right, and then just sort of randomize who wins. So if this is all we get done today, like I'm not going to be upset because I feel like we're on a good pace, and having a lot of idea. Oh, neurons. Okay. Okay. Concept. Understanding. Concept. Okay. We have philosophy. Then we have M, D, and question mark, so we need a V. And we're pretty limited on our choices here to either classification, data, I don't really like this as an abstraction. And it has to be on the left brain anyway. Okay. I think we are just going to use data. It does seem like law would be one. Alright, let's do that. Let's do law, because that just makes it easy. Law and a profit. It gives us an M, a V, a D, and a question mark. They're on different sides, which is critical. Okay. Algorithms. Greedy. Yeah. Brute force. Greedy. What is M again? Modeling. Divide and conquer. Randomized. Okay, I like those. That one was easy. Okay. Abstractions. Okay, that gives us a question mark, a D, a V, and an M. Now we have what's our question mark going to be? Virus, a modeler, dormant, developer. Engineer. Okay. I'm not sure if these actually make sense anymore. I'm just going to roll with it because it's almost done. Concept, engineering concept. Minimalism. Minimalist. Okay. So that is it. I don't like this abstraction one. I could make it drug. I have to move a couple of them around. Okay, drug. Drug. Okay. Minimalism. engineer. Offensive magic. Okay. Okay, so that's it for those. Now let's go and make it for the rares. It's going to be 6 rares. So you need 2 and then 1 in the other one. I need to order these now so that they're all in the same order. And the order needs to be, I need to change these to E's. Okay. This needs to be VMED. 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 Okay, so now we need to change it so that these are epics. So E. Okay. VM. VM. Common. Okay, VM. Okay. D and E. Common. E and D. Okay. A little more visual separation. Make it easier to see. Okay. Then we have okay. Now this means we need 6 rares. Might be easier to tell if we put them like over here. No, don't do that. That's not what I want you to do. Because it's... Okay, so we're just going to put it over here. Drug. Let's do lambda. And transfer. What does that mean for us? We have an M and a D. So don't choose an M or a D. But it's got to be, all right, it's got to be this one. So it can't be this one. So no, nightmares are everywhere. Okay. M, D, and E. So you need E, and V. Well, no. You need a V for sure. Okay. Not data. Randomized. And then you need 2 of these that are not V. I'm going to call this regression. Because then I can get away with doing that. And that. Okay, that's your V. So not M or V. Truth. Probably truth. That makes logic the powerful one, or math the powerful one. All right, DMV. Okay. And then the rest of these are going to be commons. So let's go ahead and change the way that we do those. Common, common, epic, rare. Common, common, epic, rare. Rare, rare, common, common. Rare, rare, common, common. All right, science. I feel like science should have a bigger... All right, let's do it like this. Understanding. Knowledge. Power. Okay. All right, so we're going to move the rare from there to there. Common. Okay. Then we have common, rare, common, rare. Common, rare, common, rare. Epic, common, rare, common. Okay. Then we have common, epic, nothing, nothing. All right, let's make sure we didn't use any of them more than twice. M, V, D, E. Okay. rare. V M E D. Okay, so we couldn't have used any of them more than. All right, there we go. Okay, now they need names. Now I'm at the point where like we need a spreadsheet to like put all this stuff into. Let's do that. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can zoom in. Okay. So we have class, specialization, rarity, name. Okay. Class, implication, two, three, four, algorithm, 2, 3, 4, mathematician, abstraction, dream, concept, abstraction, dream, dream, concept. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger here. Now, specialization is going to be virus, modeler, engineer, dormant. Okay. Rarity. Common. Epic. Common. Rare. Rare. Common. 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 Rare. Epic. Common. Rare. Common. Rare. Epic. Common. Rare. Common. Common. Epic. Common. Common. Okay. Now the name. Fuzzy. Bool. Proof. Truth. Regression. Divide and conquer. Greedy. Brute force. Data. Equation. Theory. Law. drug, lambda, language, transfer, knowledge, profit, idea, lucid, nightmare, power, philosophy, knowledge, religion. Okay. That is all the names. Okay, this takes all of this. Okay. It's going to be physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, basic skill, special skill. Okay. Oh. Insert speed, movement, speed, insert attack speed, insert range. Okay. Attack range. Goodness me. Okay. That's a lot of things we have to figure out for all of these people, for all of these units. But the good thing is it takes care of all of this. We still have to do that. It takes care of all of this. And the majority of this. All wrapped up into this one spreadsheet. Go ahead and save this. We're going to put this in. JS13K. This is going to be called game data, I guess. Alright, and then the idea here is that you can basically just change this and it will update everything, like, as far as the game goes. So we'll build this thing so that, like, initially when we're doing prototyping, it just sort of reads from here. It just sort of reads from here, and that's that. Okay. Insert class. This is like class trait. And this is logic. Planning. And logic, planning, and math. This is intuition. This is creativity. And this is understanding. These two rows go together. It's just, yeah, these are the same as each other. It just makes it a little bit easier. Let's make this top low yellow. There we go. Little header cell. Okay. Overall, I think that's pretty good. All right, now we need like what these are going to be good at, and what they're going to be good at should largely be influenced by their rarity and their class and a little bit about their specialization. So basically the way that I think I want to define this is I want to say that a class has base attributes, a specialization has base attributes, and a rarity is a multiplier. And then we don't actually have to like finagle these one by one. We can just calculate them. Attack speed, attack range. Yep. All right. That is going to be it for today. I really need to get going, but I like this idea. I think tomorrow when we come in, we'll go ahead and we'll try to define these base values for each of these things, and then see if we can get the numbers to, you know, sort of make sense. Maybe finagle them by hand a little bit, just because. And then also try to come up with their actual skills. Most of these I think will just be the same. You know, they'll just have like simple names. And then the special skills, we'll actually spend some time thinking about what those will be. All right, well, that's going to be it. Thanks everybody for joining. I had a lot of fun today, and I will see everybody tomorrow, so y'all have a good one. Thank you.